If I'm
Maybe I should not
full
select
form
it.
next turn.
We
Okay.
might be dissecting this thing to get Tegan next turn.
Yeah, possibly. I'll actually do that here. And then end my turn.
End your turn. Another creature towards the back. This one's going to hop over its friend here, move its movement speed, and then lower itself down. This is just kind of as far as it goes. 45 there, as it kind of came around the kind of corkscrewed, if you will, and slapped down. Trading places. Seems that the creatures maybe the backside looking and seeing. They're taking intelligence now. They're beginning to learn. Behavior there is changing. And they're continuing to inch forward. But yet, they're very slow, these creatures, lumbering forward. And that is the end of its turn. Mulder, you're up.
Just kind of shakes his head. And the Echo is going to move forward.
Okay.
And he just kind of looks up at Tegan. Just now, are you sure you want me to kill this one? I wouldn't want to crumple your delicate sensibilities. Are we gonna hit it? Are we hitting it? And then he'll start smacking.
Doesn't even wait for a response. How rude.
What? Crap. Okay, so I click the Echo, and now I can't see Maltor, so I can't switch back to get my attack.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so they... I just don't know what the best way to go about it is, so I'm just going to give them 60 feet of vision here, so that way they can see. I'm trying to think of a smart way to do it, because you don't necessarily get like conscious yourself vision through them. That's what's tough about it, right? Because they do kind of have vision on their own. So we'll see what we can do here. How we can make it cumulative. Alright, 24 is going to hit. That does 12 points of slashing damage as you come through, slicing, filling the space really quickly, right? Getting that distance in and then coming across. The creature still lit by the fairy fire, is writhing around, moving, stepping side to side. You're currently on the organs and guts of a creature, right? So you're stepping over inch by inch of these creatures. You're continuing to kill them. 16 is going to hit. That does 15.
Oh, nuts.
Slashing damage. The creature is now dead. Again, sidestepping out of the way as it falls down, slicing once and twice. Multiple lacerations kind of crisscrossing across, bleeding profusely. It slumps down against the floor after hitting its head and the side of the wall, and is no longer there.
Does Tegan drop to the floor now?
Mm-hmm.
Tegan, you kind of fall out of the body. You're kind of there. You are a prone state, and you are still paralyzed.
And
so,
my concentration would end now, right? Since all of them are dead that were...
Yeah, no longer would you be concentrating.
So the Echo is just like hacking at this thing, and he sees Tegan fall, and he swings the sword down and stops at the last second. I was like, wait, we're not killing this one, right?
Tegan continues screaming in his mind.
Just in the turn.
All right, Tegan, at the end of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
There we go.
Awesome, 19. No longer are you paralyzed. You can kind of wield off the effects, taking the will and your con and kind of maintaining yourself, but you're still prone. That is the end of your turn. Varys, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna firebolt the one in front of me after seeing him take some damage.
All right, 19 is gonna hit. 12 points. That's 24 total is dealt. It kind of explodes upon itself, multiple different pieces as it implodes a little bit, but it's still alive. It kind of pulls itself a little bit forward, shrieking. Kind of pulls backwards, attempting to flee.
I'm gonna run away as far as possible. Backwards. Yeah, that's all my movement, right? Yeah.
Okay.
30 feet. Let me see here. Is there anything else I want to do? Nope, I'll just end my turn.
All right, we're going to end your turn there. Now we come to one of the creatures in the back. This one's going to come 50 feet here, bump in. It's unable to really kind of get up on the wall just yet with its dash, and it kind of sits in that space. Ending turn. Now come to one here that has just imploded on the northern corridor. This one is actually turning as it does it corkscrew and begins to move. It plops down to the ground after going around its friend using the side of the wall, and is fleeing. It is running away.
Run away, run
The other one, seeing the implosion in the fire, now turns around, and it is leaving as well as it begins to use its movement speed, going around the first one and kind of doing a little bit of a leapfrog type thing between them as they're now beginning to slug and slide and slither away. Thanos, it's your turn.
I'm curious, so I'm gonna do something dumb. I'm gonna take 5 feet here, and I want to look in the hole.
Okay. So as you look down in the hole, it seems to descend down a number of feet. It looks to be maybe 60, 80 feet. You're unclear by that. There is the same runic pattern of the 6 patterns as they're spiraling down the hole. And there is a faint glow at the bottom, which is giving you the light and able to see, as well as your dark vision that you have to 90 feet.
Hey Varys, there's something down the hole. And I guess I'll take the rest of my movement to kind of come back towards the party, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Zeph, you're up.
Yeah. Taking this one, I guess.
Okay. Like a meat grinder, the party is.
Nice.
All right, 26 is going to hit. That deals 9 points of
weapon.
force damage.
Good weapon.
Little whack,
Rolling
good
pretty decent. Great
Yeah.
attacks. And then and total dead.
All right, it is going to succeed with the 16 and does not take any damage. Maintains its composure.
I'll move forward a little bit, but that's
Okay.
about it.
All right, now corkscrewing, this one replaces, sits down on top of the other one, taking its movement speed only in order to do this maneuver. It looks towards you, Tegan, then raises up its tentacles to attempt to grab onto you. You are prone. It's going to be
He just looks
22.
so yummy.
It's going to prompt you for a con save.
After breathing heavily, he just goes, "No, not again!"
Next time, stay in the back.
You are going to get your 16, right? 16 con save is what I got here.
Yeah.
That is going to succeed, so you are going to only take 1 point of poison damage from the tentacles. The creature then is going to kind of move its mouth over towards Lucar. With its reach, it raises its bite out and comes in almost to kind of grab onto the center chest and rakes across. 21 to hit. That is going to hit you. Deal 7 points of piercing damage upon raking across. It's going to prompt you for a concentration check, given the Hunter's Mark. All right, so I have an 11 that is going to be back up. So you're still concentrating on it. So if you come to passing it on, it will not expel a spell slot. So the 11 is going to be successful there. Did not really add up properly when it was doing the computations of the Bark Inspiration. The creature's turn is over, so we'll end that. Lucar, you're up.
Okay, so move my Hunter's Mark for the 9 millionth time. And stab him.
All right, coming for a stab. Drive it in. That's going to be a 10, which is going to miss. So you see the creature reel back from the strike. Going to mistime it, swing, pulling the sword back, coming for a second strike.
Yes, irritated again by breath weapon.
Breath weapon. Okay. All right, 6
Oh,
points.
come on.
I don't think my spiritual weapon needs to make that con save.
God damn it.
You better. It's getting smacked by radiant damage. All right, so one of the creatures is going to succeed, the other one fails. Take 6 and 3. As you breathe outwards, this radiant light begins to glow, the same effect that you've seen as you channel your abilities being a dragon. Radiant. The creature's still up, still ready to go. Shrieking, clicking,
And I'll
ready to
end
kill.
my turn.
All right, ending turn. Now come to one into the backside. This one is actually going to move its entire movement speed upon the actual ceiling as it is. It then is going to plop down to the backside. This is a dash outside of your potential reach, as the ceiling height is 20 feet and occupied 10 feet lower. So unless you have reach of 10 feet, you're unable to actually hit the creature as it moved upon the ceiling high above you. Comes and plops itself onto the other side, landing. That's its entire action to do so. Maldoria.
No slug. Bad slug.
Bad. Don't learn. What are you doing?
All right. Well, seeing that, and assuming that Lucar is going to take care of Tegan over there, he's just going to turn and deal with the one behind him.
Okay. All right, so 14 is going to hit. It does 12 points of damage, turning around upon the one that's plopped down, slicing, kind of getting towards the back head of its head, right, as it now pulls its head up from the actual land. Using Bardic Inspiration, 13 is going to hit. That does another 12 points of slashing damage to the creature. So you rake across its chest, moving from right to left with the sword. Slicing, kind of begins to bleed that orangish blood, and is still alive, but is fearing its decision of making it over here.
Michael, I just noticed I added a D6. When I give Bardic Inspiration, do I have to manually select the D8?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you give a D8 now, so it prompts you to fulfill which one of the dies you're wanting to provide.
Gotcha.
I will. Yeah, I'll just end my turn.
Okay. All right, so ending turn. Now come to you, Tegan. You're prone. You're still alive. You're not 8. Everything seems to be all right. And you are sitting here, laying down, looking upon the creature in front of you.
I'm going to stop screaming, and then I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to basically say, "Fuck you," and it's gonna like ring out in a whisper and go directly to this one right in front of me. And
Okay.
I'm going to Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level on the one that just tried to hit me.
Okay.
And bonus action, use one of my Bardic Inspiration die to lower the roll. You know what I mean?
Cutting words. Okay.
Yep.
All right, it is going to fail with a 3 after the cutting words takes effect. It takes 17 points of psychic damage dealt. As it begins on a failed save, it must immediately use its reaction available to move as far as its speed allows away from you. And it is going to attempt to move here. So it is going to move of its own work, so it does not take attack opportunities. It's beginning to crawl away. It's going to get to back here and butt heads with the one there, slam into each other, and is unable to go any further.
Then he's gonna hide behind Lucar and run in between everyone and just say, "Never again, never again, never again," and he's gonna end his turn.
All right, Varys, you're up.
Like, these little fuckers aren't getting away. And then I'll like spin. I'll do like some, just for fun, I'll spin the firebolt around my finger, like faster, 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 and then flick it at it.
Okay.
And shoot a firebolt at it.
All right, 24 is going to land. The one that is fleeing there does
Nice.
32 points of
Dude,
fire
he is
damage as it
rolling.
explodes. A large echo coming from the northern corridor. It is gone.
Hey Thanos,
Hey,
where you
Lucar.
at? Did you like that one?
Yeah, that one didn't hit me.
All right, buddy. And then I'm gonna go and check on the rest of the group. So I'll peer down the hallway and yeah, I'll end my turn.
All right, ending turn. Now this one running away, it sees that it's running away, it turns along with its companion and running away as well. As it does, some of you now having the extreme dark vision that's been provided, it seems to round around the corner and head north. So, Varys, with your extreme dark vision, you see that that creature has continued down the eastern corridor and has disappeared, sliding into a tunnel. Thanos, it's your turn.
I will take my movement to kind of go here. Can't really see anything, so I'll take the dash action. Oh, actually, that one's still alive there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shoot this one.
Okay. All right, 28 is going to hit. Attack on the D8 whenever you'd like.
It's only a one-time thing, so I already did that.
Oh, for Zephyrs?
Yeah.
You're still concentrating, aren't you?
For sure, it's once per turn, right?
Yeah, it's
No,
once
it
per turn.
says once before the spell ends.
Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage in one weapon attack roll on your turn. Until the end of that turn. Did they change it? No way.
I'm pretty sure it's always been that way because it's essentially a disengage, but as a bonus action that gives
blade.
me extra damage.
You move like the one for the duration. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage in one weapon attack roll on your turn. Oh wow, okay, yeah. I suppose it's. I've never played with Ever Strike like that before, so I'm playing wrong. Oh well, 20.
I
is
mean,
gonna...
I'll take the extra damage.
No, you brought it up. You brought it up. All right, 20 hits, 7 points piercing damage, lands into its side. Creature kind of now turning, rotating. It's fearing for its life. It's trying to find an exit.
I will shoot it one more time.
Okay. 26 hits. That is 7 points of piercing damage. You do landing into its head. Kind of put it down as it kind of thumps to the right side of its body and kind of lands into the ground with a large thunk. Begins to bleed profusely of that orange's bile.
Yeah, that'll be all I do. That's fine.
All right, Zeph, you're up.
Okay. Moving, attacking. See, chop off this like head.
20 is going to hit. And that does 8 points of force damage. Whacking into it. Continues to run.
Let's try that.
Is going to succeed with a 21. Takes no
Good.
damage.
Damn them and their constitution saves. No, I'm saying put, so.
Creature continues to move. Gets towards the kind of cross section there and turns to head north and turn. Lucar, you're up.
I just let out a little growl and take up like a defensive stance, holding an attack, just in case any of them fall from the ceiling. I'm distrustful of my dark vision.
Okay. Aldor, you're up.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're all running away now, so... I guess the Echo will take off after that one.
Okay.
Then we'll do an old swamperoo. And he'll move his last 15 feet. And then I guess I'll dash for my action.
Okay.
And then the Echo is going to drop after that. And I'll end my turn.
All right, Tegan. Did you stand up on your last turn?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You're up.
think Tegan's just gonna stay where he is and kind of process what happened to him. Because he doesn't see any enemies around, and he's a little shaken because he almost got eaten.
Okay. And roll perception if you're checking for enemies around you. $11, you don't see any.
And yeah, I think I'll bonus action healing word myself.
Okay.
Just words of reassurance that I'm going to be okay.
Gotcha. All right, 6 points to you.
And that'll be it.
All right, ending turn. Varys, you're up.
I'm gonna move over here and then start looking through the backpack.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check, please. $11. Quickly, obviously, you notice that there's a rock mining company symbol upon the backpack. It's kind of stitched into the leather. You also notice that there is a mixture of different things in here, such as a quarter of a climber's kit. There's also some food, like rations and things that have been kind of plucked out and strewn and whatnot. It's difficult to tell, taking time. You're doing a quick scan. And just given that investigation of 11, you're sure that this is potentially a backpack of one of the prospectors.
Okay. I'm just gonna like kind of yell out and be like, "Hey, the prospectors were here. That's what's this backpack was for one of them." And then I'll win my turn.
All right. Upon ending your turn, I have to ask: is anybody taking combat actions? At least Mulder, you are.
He would continue to pursue until he couldn't see them anymore.
All right. So we're gonna stay in combat because you have that one kind of in front of you there. As this creature begins to move forward, we're just going to go ahead and do a little bit of a thing. So one of the creatures comes forward a little bit, and there's a bright flashing light seems to emanate, and a crack such as thunder begins to emanate. And all of a sudden, dust, plumes of ash, as well as kind of the smell of kind of burnt creature, as well as the shriek of it begins to emanate, suggesting the creature that actually gained through that corridor prior has actually been roasted by something. As we round through, we come now to Thanos.
I want to look around and see if I see any crossbow bolts that have survived the carnage, because I'm running kind of low.
Up there, based on some of the creatures that you fired on, just in movement speed, you can probably recover 8 crossbow bolts.
Sweet. I'm going to take my turn to do that then.
Okay. All right. Zeph, you're
Which I don't think we're gonna need healing terribly. Well, I'll ask. It said, do you either of y'all need healing right now, or you think you're good?
I'm not that hurt. If someone else needs healing, I'm okay.
Depends on whether we're still under attack.
Only thing hurt down here is my pride.
Okay, I'll take that. Y'all are good. So
And the
I'll-
singed edges of your cloak.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
follow after Mulder just to make sure he's okay.
okay.
And do this.
All right. You see as the creature kind of pulls back from that flashing light and the smell, turns around, and now goes here. Just down to the side, you see a similar thing happen. This cackling of lightning begins to spurt white and flashing, and it dances out just the back end of the creature Mulder that you're able to see, and then you hear a shriek of the creature, and then a large explosion of its dust, of its ash, the smelling of burnt flesh of the creature. That combat is over. You see scorch marks of where the creatures were. They've been vaporized by high heat.
Where are you guys? What's
I wouldn't recommend going down either of these halls. It seems there was some sort of an apparatus that destroyed the creatures that went there.
Yeah, don't go that way.
In front of
Aldor,
you,
can
three, towards
can you
the
check
east,
down this
seems
hall?
like a half of a foot lip of stone, similar fashion of the walls, laser etched and curved, and seems to form into a hole of some kind, which is a large radius as it descends into the earth.
Is there any scorch marks from the slugs being disintegrated or whatnot?
Correct.
There is or isn't?
There is. They're on the
Right.
northern here, and they are on the southern.
Just in the middle.
Yeah, basically as they're moving, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen.
Pretend like
Definitely
what
not.
didn't happen? Like the
No one's concerned that we just fought giant slug tentacle monsters.
I'm concerned there might be more.
Can I take a torch?
we don't really
on
have time to
Can I
freak
just
out
unlit-
right now.
Or
Big
can I take
hole.
an unlit torch and just toss it down one of the hallways? Say the south one.
Sure.
Like a
chuck it
light
down
a
the south one.
torch, or
Yeah.
you're not lighting it.
Not lighting.
Unlit. So
No,
you're just
not
taking an
lighting.
unlit torch and then you're just kind of chucking it down the southern quarter as you do. It just kind of flies a little bit, hits on the ground, slides. That's it. Steven, through your mic, we're getting a lot of like ambient music and stuff coming through.
I want to look down this hole.
So what if I fly my spiritual weapon down?
As you look down the hole, Thanos, and kind of coming to you, stretching, your dark vision reaches just to the bottom, about 90 feet or so, and there seems to be a purplish light as well as a white floor of some kind down there. There's the same runic pattern of 6 as it spirals down.
I'm gonna slowly kind of go down this hall and see what's there.
So as you
Hey,
come down the
guys.
hallway, you notice there's another hole directly east, about 30 feet or so, smaller, same lip as it descends down.
I'll do the same thing. Look down it.
This one goes to about 60 or so feet, 60 to 80, it's difficult to tell. There's a faint light at the bottom of that. With your dark vision, you're able to see it has a purplish hue.
I'm gonna head back to the group and say, it looks like there's something at the bottom of all these holes, leading to
Michael.
something.
Yep.
From here, would I be able to tell what this is in the bottom left? By that whole skeleton and the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. That appears to be a backpack of some kind, and there is a skeletonied body, humanoid body, laying out in front of the backpack.
I'm gonna go over and check that out. It's gonna take me a hot minute.
And you see Zeph disappear, running around the corner to the south.
Keep note of where those bodies are. We were asked to bring them back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check
Is there
out this
anything to bring
backpack.
back?
The backpack has a full climber's kit, but it's missing any rope that's in anywhere there. Inside, you find the mess kit, a couple other utensils. There's also a map, particularly of the location, similar to what Palo Riza has made. There's a stitching of the Rock Mining Company symbol upon it. And there's also some loose changing of clothes within.
And what if I look down this hole? Anything different?
Seems that it's 60 to 80 feet or so. There's a little bit of a purplish hue, but it's faint. And the barrel-like hole continues with the 6 pattern as it kind of spirals down. The body that's nearby you appears to be that of a dwarf, and its humanoid skeleton shape. It also has the bones completely gnawed and picked clean, potentially of the creatures you've just faced.
I'm gonna look at Maldor and be like, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think we should go down this hole.
I mean, compared to everything that's happened in the last 24 hours, it's not that crazy.
Okay.
I
so
agree.
Here's what I'm
So
thinking.
the echo just appears and goes, and goes straight down.
All right, so as your echo appears, and as soon as it crosses the barrier of horizontal, your echo disappears.
Like, we can't do anymore, or like it disapparated.
It evaporated. Disapparated.
Okay,
however you want
that seems dangerous.
I mean, that has a range limit, right?
I'll throw a rope
Yeah, but
down.
it can go pretty far.
Okay. You throw a rope down. You do it. Kind of falls down and dangles down.
And the climber's kit includes pitons and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how about we use a few of those, secure a rope from up here, and then toss it down?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I also have about 10 pittons on me. I offer up.
Oh, yeah, that also works.
Okay. And how
I've
far
only got
down
50
is
feet
it?
of rope though.
Yeah, we'll have to tie 2 pieces of rope together.
Yeah. I've got rope easily, so I think most of
Yeah.
us do.
I
Yeah.
think we all do.
It's about
For the
90
most part.
feet down.
So yeah, just tie 2 pieces of rope together.
Okay.
I'll offer up my 50 feet to tie up as well.
Okay. So using the climber's kit and then stomping in the piton, this is going to still require essentially athletic checks from you to descend, as it is a steep. There is no foot or handholds. You begin to kind of crest down upon the rope.
Since we have extra rope, could we do that? I don't know if anyone here in the party is proficient in this sort of thing, but could we do that thing where you tie knots in the rope to make handholds and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if I would know how to do that.
So to do that, you would also it would take a long time. Not only would it take a long time, but also would use up quite a bit of your rope. Consider you've already tied 2 together to kind of conserve. Might not be the best option.
I think we have plenty of extra between us. But
Yeah, but do we
I don't
really
know.
want to sit here?
Yeah, and
With
we
those
also want to have
creatures.
some extra rope just in case.
Yeah, in case we need something else. I'll go down first. If you fall, I'll catch you. Don't worry.
Okay,
Except the
You
dragon.
don't want me to go down first since they can't see me?
that's probably a better idea.
That's fair.
Actually, I have another option if we think it's necessary. Is I do have feather fall, so
Back up.
Are
plan.
you suggesting
Target
we
all of us
jump?
with it?
why not?
Can you target all of us with it?
You assume that magic works in this hole.
Up to 5 creatures.
So one person wouldn't be able to.
I would say save that for an emergency.
Yeah.
Because you can cast that as a reaction, right?
Yeah, save that for when you fall off the rope.
Plan B.
Okay, well let's start heading down, I guess.
Yeah, I will hit a piton into the side of the wall every 10 feet or so.
On your way down.
Yep, on my way down.
Okay. So stomping a piton first, right, upon the flat wall nearby you, so not in the hole, right? Kind of getting a piton set first. So Thanos, you begin to take the rope down, the rest of the climber's kit. As soon as you kind of drop below with the rope, as you get to rappel down, I need you to make an athletics check, please.
Oof.
As you do, it's difficult. You're having problems, but you have yet to really get far down. You come to the 10 feet. You're going to stomp in the piton. As you do so, you strike. All of a sudden, a barrier slightly erupts, kind of comes outwards from the actual interior wall of the hole, similar to fashion with the fireball erupted. It seemed to absorb that magic. This one is repelling your physical attack of striking the piton in. Upon doing that, you begin to slip and fall. You lose your balance with an athletics check of 6. You are unable to maintain yourself upon the rope, and you begin to free fall. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's better.
23. You grab upon the rope, holding on to yourself, sliding. You get friction burn upon the hands, but you are there, still on the rope, dangling as it swings side to side. The rest of you are probably grabbing the rope at this point, trying to balance it out, make sure that there's not too much force swaying from side to side, seeing your party member almost fall.
Ooh.
How about
Fill up the hole. Hey, this thing doesn't like pitons.
How about I camp on the edge? That way, if someone does fall, I can do the feather fall. Because where I am, I can't see.
Yeah, go ahead. And well, I would just trade places with him so you can get closer to the front.
Sure.
I would say Maldor would start down shortly after and tell Lucar to hang back and act as an anchor. So we've got somebody strong on the top and the bottom.
Okay.
I would continue down as well.
All right, Meldor needs you to make an athletics check. Thanos, you're slowly and surely making your way down.
Oh, also,
Tumbling down?
too late for him, obviously, but as the people go down, can I guidance them?
So
One
with
they go
Maldor,
one at a time.
we'll start with Maldor. So Maldor, you get to a distance and you kind of prop yourself down, cross the barrier, and you see as Zeph is providing you guidance. Upon doing that, the spell takes no effect.
Good thing we didn't jump down.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been reroll characters.
Laura, you continue down. Who's next?
That would have been really funny.
I'll go ahead and go next then.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
I'm still trying it because I'm stubborn.
16 athletics. So you begin to go down. You actually can notice this. It seems that the vision that you've been provided, the Twilight Dark vision, has subsided, as well as your mage armor is no longer there. As you begin to come down, there seems to be something nullifying magic in this cylindrical space. As you begin to come downwards, descending, maintaining your balance, and you continue down. Thanos, at this stage, you're about 20 feet away from the bottom. You're feeling as if you're making good timing and you're creating enough space between you. You're not kind of falling onto each other. But there is some force. You're feeling that you are weightless at this point.
I'm going to let go of the rope and just kind of like kick off the wall a little bit to see what happens.
As you let go of the rope and you kick off the wall, you begin to slowly descend. And as you begin to slowly, it becomes ever so slow, and ever so slow. I'm going to go ahead and pull you to a scene. Or purplish orbs in corners of a small chamber with a 20-foot ceiling height. You open down, they begin to entrace around you, picking upon you as they begin to slowly lower you down, placing you upon the floor of a white marble with circular spheres as it increases with black. Heading in the distance, only one corridor exists, roughly 60, 70 feet away from you to the west. Two purplish orbs bounce back and forth, the same ones, the central chamber that you entered in from.
I'm going to yell up, hey, there's some orbs down here that are going to catch you. I think we can jump one at a time.
No sound.
gonna
That's
like
not funny, new guy.
Oh, no sound.
No sound reaches you in the descent.
It's just an anti-everything tone.
I guess I'm going to walk over here to get out of the way of everyone coming down and just wait.
So without further ado, it sounds like you can see Thanos lowered upon the ground after letting go of the rope. Maldor, do you do the same?
Yeah, at this point, he's just gonna just jump down.
Okay. You let go, you begin to fall, almost free falling, then all of a sudden weightless. Then they're taken by the purplish electrical current. You too are pulled to scene. Who's next on the rope?
So, I did. I am next, sorry.
Okay. No, I'm saying Tegan. I mean, obviously, Lucar, you're holding. Zeph, are you going?
Yeah.
Tegan just kind of looks at Zeph. You going, or...?
I don't like giant holes. At least
Well, join the fucking club, buddy. Rock, paper, scissors.
How long before Lucar pushes one of them?
3 seconds.
Or both.
Okay, fine. Guess it's better than getting fucking eaten by a slug monster. Start climbing down the rope.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check, please.
Maldor, this
relieved.
place is so weird.
Did it go through?
I've been thinking that for a week.
I don't think it went through. You might be lagging if that's the case. I'm also going to turn off my camera because my wife's going to come in the room real quick. Right, so
Refreshing.
I don't see anything coming through. So.
You're not self-rolling, are you?
No.
I would probably see it if it was stealth rolling on my screen.
Oh yeah, true.
You could try just closing out Foundry and opening it back up.
Yeah, I refreshed.
There we go.
Coming in. All right, 11, successful. You begin to go down. And then Zeph.
You know, screw it. I mean, I saw Thanos and them like basically just land gently on the ground, right?
Correct.
Screw it. I just step off.
Step off as you begin to free fall, passing by Varys, who now is becoming weightless. Tegan, you're there. Sees Zeph is just flying down the hole. And as soon as getting nearby you, Varys becomes weightless. The same current begins to pick both you, Zeph, and you, Varys, at the same time as you now are being pulled both to scene.
This is awesome. But like,
Point of order,
scary. Scary.
right.
But like awesome.
Now that I'm on the floor and out of the tunnel, if the echo tries to apparate again, does it appear?
Does.
Okay.
And my mage
just a
armor didn't
tunnel.
go away. It was like just temporary blocked.
Correct. Your mage armor is there, as well as the vision that was providing you from Zeph.
So it's just a straight anti-magic tunnel. Interesting.
Tegan, you get to a point where you become weightless. Do you just let go of the rope?
No, Tegan's not letting go. He's gonna pull himself down on the rope.
All right, slowly pulling yourself down. Eventually, you make it too, and I'll go ahead and pull you to scene.
Keegan, why didn't you let go?
Last but not least,
I-
Lucar.
Don't like this.
I guess having seen Zeph just dive off, I follow suit.
All right,
Yep.
so
Ready for
Lucar,
a,
That's a
you
little-
ready
little
for a
leap of
Superman.
faith for him.
just
Superman
dive
drop.
off as you are looking above. You see Lucar flying. Lucar, you don't become weightless, and you I'm just kidding.
Splattering Everyone takes
Wings!
10
Wings!
d6 of damage.
All right, and you all are here, eventually making it. This electrical current holding and sustaining you as you begin to bounce up and down, right, from the rope and things. It's still there. The rope's dangling down around you, but the current has brought you down to the floor, and you all are here on the scene.
So
It seems we have
when
another
I
door.
look down the hall, that looks like the same gateway as the last one, right?
Correct.
Maldor, you want to go through this gateway first?
Oh, now we're being cautious.
Can we hold hands while we go through, Maldor?
So the echo would disappear again. He was looking quite feral and upset that he was trapped momentarily.
Gotcha.
Hey, Maldor, tell the other guy I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fireball him.
I'm sure he'll remind you about it constantly.
Okay, that's fine.
He's had worse. Are we going in? I don't really see any other way out of here.
Yeah, let's
Let's go.
Let's go.
So he steps
Yeah.
in.
All right, so Mulder and
As soon as
Thanos,
they
you're going in
step
first.
I'll go in right behind.
Reluctantly, Tegan will follow.
Oh, god damn it.
It's that thing we can't say.
A large circular chamber is fit with a stone pillar imbued with red crystals that extends to the 30-foot ceiling. Red crystals sit about, as well as a different colored orb sitting in golden pedestals, about 12 feet tall. Each seems to be fed from the central red crystal. These orbs are floating in similar fashion as the purple. Small, rainbowish, like fairy orbs, embedded into stone, fit from the same walls that has been laser etched and carved, placed neatly in small-looking indentations of that stone. They simply give off a rainbow-like effect of light. These currents around the orbs that are floating around the central pillar of this corridor here, they're just kind of bouncing back and forth, almost as if they're feeding off the red crystal of that pillar. They each have their own color, their own aura, and underneath them appears to be interesting runes. The runes that are embedded form the pattern around. They are different. They're not the pattern of 6, but they are similar to the same language as that was seen within the tunnels thus far. Now, in one of the signs of the chamber is a large orbus creature with pink-like flesh. It's weathered and scarred, has numerous eye tentacles and one large eye with razor-sharp teeth. Some of the eye tentacles are missing with this particular creature, and there's a large scarring across most of its body. Its large eye is closed. It seems just simply be hovering there in a deep slumber. I'm going to go ahead and unpause it. Stepping through just a little bit. I'm just clearing space.
Hey, don't touch that. I'm going to whisper. Just the big thing.
Do these
Of
look
course.
like these colors correspond with the stones on our ring, or on like our persons, like my ring and everything we've seen? No.
Not the stones. They correspond potentially to schools of magic as far as you can understand, but not necessarily the colors of your stones.
Do we see any way out of here?
No.
Did I miss in the description the two that look almost like bookcases? What those were? The pillars?
There's 3.
3 altar-like
Oh,
things.
3,
They're just
I'm sorry, yeah.
protrusions of stone. They're just laser-edge protrusions of stone. They have a small inlay like a bowl into the stone, and there is a small rainbow kind of orb, glass orbs that's sitting within each of those. They're giving off a large amount of this rainbowish kind of light that's varying around.
I was too fixated on the thing that can't be named. Okay.
She
When
can
I-
just go, "What the fuck is that?"
See its eyes
When I-
snap over. And all right, that's when we're going to take a break. So if you're watching
Nice
the
job,
stream-
Tegan.
I whispered. They were all talking. Oh my god.
Can't trust Tegan to do anything, dude.
Except
Had a
get
rough day.
pet.
And
So-
question, I know our characters don't know the name, honestly, but just hovering over the token, I'm pretty sure we've been coming across that name before, haven't we?
No comment.
I mean, obviously that would be out of character, but
It's fine.
It seems familiar. I don't know why.
Thanos has really good ideas here, okay?
All right, so
That's
we're going to
what
be
I'm
taking a break here, 10-minute break. So we're at 1:30 p.m. PST, so we'll come back at 1:40 p.m. PST. It looks like we only crashed once with the stream, so that's good. So if you're sticking with us, we appreciate that. And looks like we'll be hopefully stable for the rest of it, and we will see you when we return. So thanks so much. All right, welcome back. If you're watching, thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Coming back into the session here, the party is faced as they make their way through. The eye opening up. What the hell? As you see the large eye monster creature awaken its large eye, looking in the direction of you all. As it stretches, it kind of rotates and swivels slightly. It appears to be hovering in the air. Oh. Hello. Shows its teeth in a half smile.
How are you?
I am good.
Fancy meeting you down here, of all places. What a crazy coincidence.
Smacks the lips. Around its large eye, swiveling around. Chosen ones, you've made it.
Oh, boy.
Made it
Chosen.
where?
Oh fuck.
Chosen ones.
Tegan visibly, like, all the breath that he's ever breathed in his life comes out, and he goes, "Oh, thank God! Oh my God! Oh!"
Slowly swivels.
You were expecting us, I take it.
I have been in a deep slumber for a long time, waiting. You all to come.
Why does everybody seem to know more about this Chosen One stuff than we do?
Yeah, we don't. We've been called that multiple times, but don't know what it means.
Not fully, anyway.
I am surprised you don't know. I figured you would when you came here.
Well, we're kind of idiots.
No, the reason why we came is to track down some prospectors that look like that maybe have died here.
Yeah, it would seem they are all dead.
Yeah, what do you know about the tentacle monsters that attacked us on our way in?
I mean, if he's been sleeping for a really long time, he probably doesn't know much.
It's
I
around.
mean, they could be his, defenders. You don't know that.
Hovers over to you, Moldor. Slowly begins to approach
Also-
the small orb.
Also, didn't one of them come down this way?
Infestation. I was asleep for a long time.
What is your purpose here?
Taken my crystal summoning chamber. My purpose is simple. Probes. Eye tentacles begin to sway. Maldor. Squints the large eye. Bearer of the green stone.
Yes.
There is an arrangement made to provide you a weapon of great strength in your quest. I am to fulfill that arrangement.
Who is this weapon for?
Now time has... What? What'd you say?
Well, I was just asking who it was for,
Who is that?
Don't worry about it. It's just a voice in your head.
Yeah.
Still invisible.
Probes outwards.
I
Big
see you
eye.
hear voices too.
Shudders across, slowly begins to rotate. How curious. Does this happen all the time to you? Begins to probe you in your invisible form.
Are you in the dark?
Must be Thanos. Bearer of the Silverstone.
That would be I.
Ugh. I was 3,000 years younger, I could have had use of your talents.
So you know all of our names.
Well, I was told that you would come. Yes? Bearers of House Willow.
When were you told?
Hovers back. I suppose there's time for stories. My name is Balrugar. I am second cousin to Xanathar, another great elder beholder of similar age of creation. I have lived for over 3,000 years. This is my lair. Well, what once was, anyways. I have claimed, along with my kin, many victories of the Underdwelling, the Underdark, that dare impose upon my kind. Creatures that were quite villainous and vicious. Only when Quinfarron, wizard of old, began to desecrate my kin, did I and Xanathar, with our kin in tow, pay attention to the surface world. We hatched and created many eye monsters, which we take no intellectual property of saying beholder.
He's killed himself with his own joke.
Coffee in the wrong
DD
pipe.
heard that.
Ugh.
Yeah, Wizards of the
Coast Guard.
Coast are just cursing. They got a voodoo doll right
They
now.
took me down.
He's being attacked by a copyright strike. Watch out!
Everybody get down.
Combined with the depth of this voice, the coffee was not good. Okay. A great battle ensued. The labyrinth of the Wizard's Keep. Roughly 1,700 years ago. Many mages were slain as we vaporized them and ate upon their flesh. When Farron was killed, it was one of the wizards of old that put a stop to the fighting, pleaded for order amidst the chaos. His name was Magello. He provided what Quinfarron was killing and desecrating our kin for. A great staff was imbued with our eye stalks, harnessed the power of our kind and our natural arcane magic. Or innate arcane magic, I should say. In exchange for stopping fighting in the staff, Magello approached me. Told me there would be a time come in the next 1,000 of years or so, that those who would be chosen on their prophecy to restore order amidst the chaos, such as they did in the fighting of the labyrinth. The chosen would come, they would need this. As he groans roughly, moves his eye stalks around the orb directly to the west. He unveils a great sword, pulling it out that stretches. As it's summoned from the actual orb itself, it's pulled upright through. This great sword is large, has a decent-sized fuller going to about 3/4 of the blade, with an etched dragon as it wiggles itself through the actual fuller stretched towards the tip of the blade. The guard of it appears to be draconic bones. Eventually, 2 talons have been weathered and chiseled down to form the guard curving upright, some downright as well. The handle is stretched in dragon scale, slight leather as well as wrapped around the pommel. Seemingly a gem of some kind, but it's not. It's more of a bone that's been orb-shaped and has the chiseling of making it translucent, and it glows slightly. Upon pulling it into space here from some sort of other plane, potentially, holding, it makes a very high-pitched whistle that hits into your ears with a very frequency, like a tone through. It's high-pitched, kind of, for a little bit of a second, and then slowly subsides and stops. I was to give you this, the Bane of Baratheon, for your quest as chosen ones. Does it answer your question?
What's it for?
It's
I
a
don't
sword.
know.
It's for a stabbing thing.
With the pointy
So,
end.
we have been brought together to stop what chaos? What do we have anything? Do you know anything about our quest? Like, what are we supposed to do?
All I know is that you are chosen to restore order amidst the chaos. As such, the Chosen One's prophecy. Something that has been foretold for many, many, many years.
And that's all. That's all you know. Nothing else.
So Magello gave you this weapon to preserve until our arrival.
Yes, this arrangement now comes at such a pinnacle moment, as one calls himself Damodar has recruited my kin. That's why this lair remains empty, why these creatures infested, and why I'm hearing a slow-pitched scream from a dwarf. About to be 8.
Where?
Somewhere in my lair.
Can you stop it?
I imagine it's probably down one of the other holes.
I can't, but what would be the point of that? Man, this voice with coffee is worse. I have to stop drinking coffee for sure. Man. No. Why would be the point? Why would I stop that from happening? Why do I care?
You don't have to, but it would do us a favor. We would like to bring this man back to his family.
It's over to you. I have slept in slumber for thousands, or hundreds of years. And you want me to save the life of this one? Are they chosen too?
No, they are not.
I see 6 of you. I was told 6. I was given names.
Yeah, they are not chosen. They're just someone we were sent here to find. We weren't looking for you, per se.
Or we didn't know we were.
Yeah.
To be fair, we haven't known what we were doing most of this time.
We were chosen in a way that didn't really give us any details about our quest. We are very new. And,
Yes, I see. How strange. But yet you do your quest and you made your way here.
Yeah,
It would seem fate had plans.
Seems as if the carrot for the DM is quite enticing.
I was about to say something, dude. I was about to say some shit.
Do you know what the connection of these stones is to being chosen or to our quest?
Do not know, simply that you would wear them. That would mark you as chosen.
Okay, how about this? What are these things around the column?
These respond to our innate magic. They are the reason this lair lives and breathes. It's imbued with magic. The reason why this dwarf will be saved. Moves over to the orange, touches the eye tentacles soon enough. Teleporting of a large crack as a dwarf. Ripped clothing and different things. Teared smoke inhalation begins to cough. Covered in different suit and different things. Looks and immediately goes to the edge of the wall, cowering in fear. No, please, no! What is happening? I would eat you if I...
reaction.
Looks towards you, Varys. Are you sure I can't eat them?
No.
I go up to him and I hold him on the shoulders. Just calm down, man. Just please calm down. Everything's gonna be okay.
Roll persuasion.
Nice.
Okay. Just locks eyes with you. So dwarf
Just
is a fair
breathe.
complexion,
Breathe.
large beard. Again, everything is kind of suit covered and old. The clothes are ripped apart. You notice they're potentially wearing much warmer clothing at some point. There's just kind of tattering of the cloak and the things around them. And they have bluish eyes, brown hair. It's was once in a ponytail, but now it's kind of free flowing. They have lacerations marked upon their hands, potentially that they are wounded, even though it does say they're fresh, they are wounded. And you kind of persuade them and get them to calm down. Surface dwellers so weak. What will I do about the creature that was going to eat them?
Those can all just die.
It's over to the red. Touches it. It's done.
Oh,
That's handy.
Yes.
Do we get XP for all of those?
What is experience?
Can we keep him?
Would you like to come with it?
Is it Balgrar?
My name is Balrugor.
I'm so sorry. Balrugor.
So offensive that you learn my name, and yet I remember yours for thousands of years.
I will give him a bow of sorrow, and I'll say, if you don't have any more information about this quest, we can leave you alone if that's what you would like.
I would like to ask, you mentioned this weapon was the Bane of Baratheon. Do you
That
know
is
who
correct.
that is?
Baratheon once was an elder great red worm. They currently exist as the lineage of Erithun, a great
Tyrant.
elder red worm.
What was the name again?
Baratheon is the lineage or ancestor of Erithun. It's in chat.
Does, by chance, the name Haran mean anything to you?
Horan is the spawn of Azkuk. Horan is a great elder gold worm.
Is our quest to take out these worms?
Worms? What do you mean worms? The dragons?
Yes.
I have no idea.
You also mentioned that Damodar was recruiting your kin. Who is that?
Damodar is someone that I do not know in depth, but someone that has recruited my kin, promising them futures upon the surface in exchange to fight for the freedom of magic.
By freedom of magic, that would be a euphemism for the chaos that we are presumably meant to stop.
I do not believe they are one and the same, no.
Okay.
Damodar is strong with the arcane, imbued with something ancient and powerful.
Out of curiosity, would I have ever heard about this man in my story and my studies at home?
No.
No.
Well, regard the person who gave you this quest to give this item to us. Are they an entity beyond mortality, or do you believe this person to be dead?
They would be long gone now. They were human.
What was their family line? Do they have any descendants?
Why would I know that? Does
You
it
just
look
know
like
a lot
I
more
spend much time in your surface-dwelling library studying volumes of family ancestry? That's quite strange that you think that.
I'm just curious because you know a lot more about our quest than we do.
As I told you, I was surprised that you did not know more.
I'm sorry to ask you so much.
You should apologize.
Most of us got our stones either through family or by accident.
Or by killing people.
Or that.
That was an accent too, right? Wink, wink.
Wait, who said that? You just fucking with the boulder.
What would you have us do now that we've gotten the sword from you. Would you have us just leave? Or is there anything you want us to do?
Squints the
I think the better
eyes.
question might be, what are you going to do now that your quest has been fulfilled? Or your bargain sated?
My kind, we exist in an innate arcane cycle. It was my time to go. My kin are gone.
Smiles.
Perhaps it's time to shake off some of the old cobwebs. Shall we?
I don't like the sound of that.
Are you asking if we want to fight you?
No, not me.
Smiles.
Yo, I'm down to fight whatever you got.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because I don't think this is the best idea.
Oh, now he wants to talk. I'm sure it's got a mouth you can jump in.
Listen,
You just do anti-magic us.
We should probably take the weapon
Advance
before
time.
we get into
Advance
whatever's
time. Oh,
about
okay.
to happen.
Yeah, it wanted to give the blade to Maldor, right?
Well,
The
he's the one
blade.
who can't even use a great sword.
Can go to anyone. It can be wielded. It's as light as a feather.
This weapon does not
Oh.
require proficiency to be able to be used.
Oh, that's cool.
Smiles really quickly and looks towards you, Varys.
In exchange for your help, I will give you something that is of great value.
Oh. Details would
Okay.
be nice.
Let's do this then.
Gather
I
around,
like
please.
Can we get some details before we agree to anything?
He slowly hovers over to the Swedish shore, begins to probe.
Come, come.
Have you guys ever heard of reading the contract before signing it?
Nope.
Ha.
Aldor, I think you're gonna get to cut some stuff.
Who will I give the Bane of Baratheon to?
Give it to
Maldor, should we roll?
of the Green
Yeah,
Stone.
yeah. I mean, I get anyone can use it, but he is easily the most effective with a sword.
Yeah.
guys, are we not going to discuss the fact that he's sending us to actively
No.
go fight something?
We're not.
Dwarf prospector
Come on,
crying.
Tegan.
Where are you going?
Yeah, we can't leave the dwarf.
Can you
see
send the
Ace
dwarf back to
Rugar
Harak?
slowly turns, fires off a ray from one of the eyes. You see the dwarf immediately freeze in stone and fall over to the side, petrified.
It'll wear off. It's fine. It'll be okay.
Can you send him to Harak?
Is this where is this?
Outside the mountain, about an hour and a half south by southwest-ish.
This place. When was it created?
Oh, about
Lake
50
Lissa.
years ago. I mean,
Second.
Moves over to the blue or begins to probe.
Surface dwellers digging into my mountain.
What about the dwarves that are in your mountain?
We chased those back.
I've killed many of those. I hate those.
So have we.
I will send this one to. You called it what?
Irock?
Rugar, if it is not too much trouble, I would
Teleport.
very much implore you to remove the bodies and send them there as well, if that would be...
So many requests. There's a very slim probability they'll make it.
Before we go, can we have our healer heal us up if we're gonna fight?
Heal, what does that mean?
reduce injury.
Do whatever it is you need to do. I'll tend to your bodies.
Thank you.
It's done.
All right, Zeph, let's do some healing.
Well,
Heal yourselves when you're ready.
I think-
we will go.
I'm trying to think of the best way you could go about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who needs what?
I
So,
will. I will
I'm a
just
little
do.
bit
I'll
wounded.
just do a quick. Which one? Aura Vitality, and basically everyone heals up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, everyone will heal up on Aura Vitality. So go ahead and just deduct it from your spell slot, and then everyone just put yourselves at maximum health.
Yeah, because that's a 2d6 every round for a minute.
So it sounds like between Mulder and Lucar, this sword is going to go to one of you. So we're going to go ahead and roll for it unless one of you wants to secede to the other.
Just roll for it. That's good.
Okay.
Release D20.
Okay. So one of you go ahead and roll a d20, and then one of you call even, or the other one call even or odd.
You rolling or calling?
I'll call even.
Mulder roll.
Ooh, big man.
Even it is. All right, Lucar.
My
go
screen was
can't-
cocked.
I can't see rolls anymore.
You can't
It
see
would
any
to you.
rolls.
I thought about that because I didn't see Tegan's persuasion roll either when everybody was talking about it. Let me close it up.
I would suggest closing out, doing a full browser close, and then coming back into it. This did happen to another player on this particular map that it happened to. It's something to do with some of the effects that are happening, and it can have issues. So if you do not see rolls even after the map switch, we can always try to figure out how we can get that to happen. But
Okay.
I think it's funny
Yeah,
that at
popped
this
up now.
point Tegan's still trying to ask questions. It's like, dude, we're way in too deep. So let's just fucking do this.
all right, so the Bane of Baratheon is in your inventory, Lucar. Lucar, this is a Draconic Etched Blade with Draconic Talon Guard, Scale Handle, and Bone Pommel. With this weapon, you have a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. In addition, 3d6 to Dragon-type creatures. This weapon can be wielded by anyone regardless of proficiency.
Damn. It also fits with Lucar's aesthetic.
Imagine if you guys had found the prospectors before we got attacked by the dragon.
I'm going to go ahead and equip it for you. The weapon, as you pull it, it whistles in your ear very vibrantly, and it feels very light. There's no weight to this weapon at all. There seems to be some connection that you feel. And it seems that your actual stone, your red gemstone, is beginning to glow a little bit upon actually wielding and holding the weapon.
Are we here ready to go?
To glow.
So
Yes,
what are
sir.
we supposed to be facing here?
Why do you have so many questions? Why don't you just wish to shake off the old cobwebs?
Let's do it.
Yes, gather, please. Thank you.
These cracks and tears in the veils of fabric of reality begin to happen as you are teleported into space of another potential area. As the fabrics begin to end, you're brought into the space. Purple, pink, cackling lightning is moving around you, right, and tracing you, kind of placing you in the spots as you kind of come through. Thanos, you do not observe the vision of these effects. These are just kind of bouncing lights and aura effects. However, the swirls here and here, as well as the light given off from the central pool area, that light will actually cause you to lose your invisibility. That is definitely dim and bright light in some fashions. I'm going to give a description of this space. Balroggar is slowly moving its tentacles. You hear small little cracks as its frame begins to kind of rile itself up for the potential fight here, if you will. Now, I do want to state that some of you can't see much of anything, as the actual dark vision had ended of potential effects. So, Varys, if you want to use your light spell to get light, you can.
I do.
That's something that you can do. I'll go ahead and just put that on you. Or I could automatically do it. We'll see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ta-da!
Ooh.
Alright, so in that case, you're no longer invisible, Thanos. From the light spell that's being cast, getting some
Not like
range and
you.
distance. Okay, so this area has a large and expansive ceiling height. There seems to be no real entrance into this. In fact, when you come through, the wall behind you doesn't really liquefy from being hit by the purple kind of arc, similar in fashion. The ceiling height, roughly about 65 to 70 feet, forms in a kind of a cave in where it kind of comes inwards and then is reinforced by something, but you just don't see anything. You imagine this thing should just kind of come down, but it's not, right? So structurally, this doesn't make any sense. In front of you is a large raised platform embedded with the same stone. Coming from the bedrock, it seems to be laser etched. There's a floating red orb of kind of glass that's suspended in the air roughly 15 feet above a pool of this reddish dancing glows of energy. Kind of resembles that of like a sun, right? So these flares are kind of coming out, this reddish kind of glow and aura. And it's almost just kind of dancing and moving. What is happening from what you can see is that there are two orbs that are housed in silver-like metallic housing that are floating above runes that are engraved upon the actual bedrock of the stone. And they are pulling with laser-like drills the same crystals in the cavern that you entered in, these clear crystals. They're pulling and kind of vaporizing them into glass, pulling them through and tracing them like a tractor beam up to the central, which then they're being made and formed above that orb into the same crystals you saw, those red crystals embedded into the pillars. And as they're formed, they begin to move on these currents, headed to the purple, where the purple kind of hits into them, and they disappear, similarly like teleported away into a space that you cannot see. This is a crystal summoning chamber. This is kind of how these red crystals become what they are. And around these nests made of mushroom fungus littered with many different bodies, particularly gray dwarf bodies, as you can see from some of their faces and their skin that's yet to be fully tarnished. They are albino and they're dwarven frame. They also have armor and different things attached to them. They're littering. Now, some of you have extreme dark vision, others don't. There seems to be one extremely large version of the same creature you fought over there. It towers in height, roughly 30 feet in height, as it's kind of nesting, laying many different eggs within. The pile of eggs resembles that around 35 to 40 of these small orbous orangish sacs of eggs that are being piled. Others are well as kind of tending to nests of already made egg nests, and so they're kind of tending. This would be resemble of a queen that is laying the eggs, and then workers are kind of tending to the eggs inside of the actual nests. Now, these two rune areas, it's easy enough to state, okay, so the purple has some sort of transportation or teleportation that we've seen so far, and they begin to entrace around a rune. There's no real way that you've seen the wall behind you liquefy. You begin to put a couple things together. Perhaps this is getting out of the space. Maybe there's something to do with that, getting out of the room. Immediately, Balrugar cracking the neck, different things, looking, smiles, turns around. Oh, this will be fun. I need everyone to roll initiatives.
Starting to think we made a bad idea
all
here.
with fire. God, my rolls today are so bad.
That is because Varys took all your rolls for those fire bolts.
Right.
I didn't do anything. That was Foundry rolled those for me. Ooh, this music is so good.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Balrugar, top of round one with a 22 on the roll here. It's going to be firing off multiple of its eye rays. Targets one to the right, fires up a death rate. It's going to deal 62 points of necrotic damage as that one vaporizes. Looks over towards the queen, fires another eye ray. See it failing, deals 39 points of force damage to that creature. Upon doing the force damage, you see multiple pieces of its body disintegrate and dusting off, but not fully, completely kind of dissolve from the disintegration. Balrugar then hovers, moving its movement speed in its hover, slowly rotating forward. Then it's going to stop in its position, fire off another ray towards one of the backside creatures that some of you is out of position. Dealing 42 points of damage to that one. As you see, it just basically removed one of them, crumpled into a pile of black and putrid, kind of bubbling goo, fired off a disintegration towards the queen, and then a kind of a bluish ray towards one of the back left corners, disappearing in the dark for some of you. Some of you are able to see that. and that one was hit by it, and kind of tendrils of that bluish energy kind of pulled away on the skin. Upon doing that, Balrugar kind of floats and slowly kind of raises himself into the air upon the hover, and is currently 20 feet into the air. Tegan, you're up.
Tegan is very overwhelmed at the moment. He's going to go ahead and stay as close as he can to the beholder because he just saw him fuck up everything. Oh, this is a thing right here. And I will Dissonant Whispers the Queen at second level, I guess.
Okay. Firing off the Dissonant Whispers to the Queen. The Queen is going to fail, takes 17 points of psychic damage. As that dealt, you see the Queen begin to move its reaction, sliding into that hole and disappearing.
He's gonna say, well, shit, and he's gonna end his turn.
Turn, Balrog looks towards you, kind of pointing the eye down, rotating in space, almost like a gyroscope.
What the fuck did you do that for?
No,
Thanos, you're up.
I was wondering the same thing, Balrugar. I'm gonna take my 30 feet of movement this way. And I am going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
This guy over here. And then I'm going to shoot it 3 times.
Okay. Alright, 25 is going to hit. That does 6-3, so 9 points. Lands it. Fire another one off. Nat 20!
I'm hitting all the nat 20s today. What is this?
24 points of damage. Yeah, we can talk about the fact the track is called Alien Starship. It's super funny.
I mean, it's not completely inaccurate.
Going for the third one. 26 hits. And that does a total of 15 points. Sees multiple kind of plunge out. This bile's beginning to spill. It fears. It's frightened. It's sitting on the eggs. It's kind of now moving, almost seeing how it can save the eggs and run away at the same time.
Hey, Varus, do your thing, and I'm going to end my turn.
All right, ending your turn before we get to Varus here. Balrugar is going to be taking a legendary action, targeting one of the creatures here towards the side. It begins to fire off a petrification ray, which the creature is going to fail. Upon being hit by that, begins to be encased and petrified, slowly and surely after being hit. So the creature begins to turn to stone and is restrained. Has to repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn. On a success, the effect ends. On a failure, the creature is petrified until freed by greater restoration spell or other magic. Varus, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna run forward 30 feet of my movement. I can't see much. I can kind of see the one over here. So we'll do our combo, our well-known combo here.
25 hits. You see as it lands, it deals 24 points of fire damage and explodes. The eggs go as they all become like firecrackers as the creature begins to implode upon, as well as slaughtering all of the eggs underneath the nest, and the mushroom husk begins to alight in a small flame.
You see me just like with the flame still on my finger, just and blow it out.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
All right, ending turn. Now come to one that has been petrified at the bottom left. I'm going to make it real quick here. They have failed, so they are completely petrified now, forever and eternal. Completely turned to stone. Ending turn. Maldur, you're up.
So I'm going to move into position. Sort of try to form a line around everyone. Well, this should be interesting. Echo's going to pop out and move here.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put vision on the Echo as well, 60 feet. So it should cycle you back just a little bit. But you have vision now, so hopefully that carries through.
Nice. He's just going to start smashing eggs.
Okay. Squishing and popping sounds as you're smashing into the eggs. Okay.
And then I'll just hold here.
All right. At the end of your turn, before we come to the next creature, Balrugar is going to be taking a legendary action, targeting the same one whose initiative begins to move. You see it fire off another ray. This one seems to be orangish in coloration as it hits in, smashing 61 points of necrotic damage, and that one begins to become putrid and bile black goo. Balrugar slowly turns.
Not quick enough.
Zeph, you're up.
This guy did not need us here.
Hey, I was gonna say, were we needed here?
Do you remember what
Multiple.
Balrugar said?
He wanted to shake off some rust.
Shake off the cop.
Yeah, he's fucking strong. Like,
He's not strong, he's strunk.
All right, we come to the queen. There's a deep rumble upon the earth as the queen emerges from the northern tunnel here. As it approaches, slaps itself down, looks towards you, Thanos, which is the closest target, and it does have reach to hit you. Comes in for a tentacle strike. 22 is going to hit you. Thanos, you fail with a 4. You are now paralyzed. As you are paralyzed and succumb, you take approximately 9 points of poison damage. The queen then is going to lower its mouth to engorge upon you. Lands a critical hit, obviously. You take 20 points of piercing damage, and you are restrained currently as you are now in the queen's mouth. I'm going to move your token as the queen picks you up and begins to suck you down. This is a little bit different than the smaller ones. Thanos, you're inside the mouth of the creature currently. None of you see Thanos, as Thanos is immediately engorged, picked up, and thrown in. Your concentration check upon your hunter's mark has ended as well.
Fuck.
Ending the queen's turn. Before we come, Balrugar slowly looks towards the queen, taking a legendary action.
Maybe not this one. That would be bad.
Throws off paralyzing ray, which the queen is able to resist. Balrugar, you're up.
Okay.
The card that's brand new soul.
Save me.
How? Okay. I am going to move. How close in range do I need to be to hit it?
I'm just going to go ahead and remove some tokens on the board here so that way you can see. You need to be in this space, or this space.
Okay. So that would be okay.
Yep. Parch down on some eggs.
I am going to Vow of Enmity. Which is a bonus action? Yeah, it is.
Alright, before you swing, I want to put an animation on your weapon because I forgot to do it, so I want to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, we need that. Below. Okay. Swing away.
Okay, so Vow of Enmity first.
Alright, let me go ahead and look up real quick. So as a bonus action, you can utter a vow of enemy against a creature you can see within 10 feet of you. Using your Channel Divinity, you gain advantage on attack rolls against a creature for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 hit points.
So that means I hold Alt
Yes, so
when
go
I
ahead and hold.
click.
Yeah, so go ahead and hold on Alt.
Okay. I'm also
Alright.
going to add a Divine Smite level 2 to that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 3d8 for me. Right? Yeah, 3d8.
Hey,
All right, so 13 and 19. Gonna go ahead and deduct 13 points, and then 19 points of damage. You slice into the beast at the lower end, begins to pour in the same orgies kind of bow from the actual laceration of the wound, but it's more fortified, more hardy. It's still filling up with the gas, kind of balloons a little bit, but it's much harder to strike through as the gooey flesh is kind of hard, resilient.
All right, and one more.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another one, because you didn't roll with advantage. I believe you get it through all strikes. If you want to crit fish. Sometimes it gets sticky and doesn't work, so.
Yeah, I thought I was. Oh, I can see everything highlights when I hold it. Oh, okay.
I'm going to take the first swing, which is the 3, so we'll take the 14. We'll take the better of the damage, so 14 points of damage dealt. Swing again. This whistle echoing out as you swing the blade just kind of slices through very quickly. You're able to nimbly pull the blade back, getting into the second strike. The queen is still alive, but bleeding profusely.
My turn.
All right, ending turn. Come to a creature, begins to sidestep slowly, slithering, moves with its dash to get to here. Now we come around to Balrugar. Looks towards the queen.
I'm hopeful this doesn't hurt your friend.
Fires off a ray. Creature takes 36 points of necrotic damage, begins to bubble, turning to black goo. As Thanos, you plop out of the mouth as the creature falls back into the hole a little bit and kind of fall out of the mouth, rolling out. Still paralyzed, but no longer are you restrained. Sees Balrugar then targets one of the ones crawling up, fires off another ray, deals 48 points of damage to that one off the second ray, and then fires off another ray towards it. This greenish beam hits into the creature and deals 58 points of damage and dissolves it into nothing. This begins to turn into broken ash, and its existence is no longer there. With that, combat is over.
Thanos, you smell fucking awful.
It was fun.
Looks towards the queen, fires into the green ray, dissolves.
I want to cast Shatter on the egg thing in the back.
Your friend is not doing too good.
Thanos, did you make Constitution saving throw? You are able to resist the poison, so you're able to kind of overcome the paralysis. The paralysis, though, was a little bit different than you felt. If you did not make the save, you could have potentially had other effects. You're also healed for 13 points, it looks like, by Zeph running up to you. Shatter invokes this large thunderous smite, just emanates. Balrugar slowly turns.
You again, stop what you're doing. What the hell?
You... I thought we were destroying the eggs.
Yeah, this whole chamber will need to be destroyed.
The whole chamber?
Yes.
What about
wait, so
this?
can I shoot
Yeah.
the stone?
What about this arcane contraption?
Listen to me.
Slowly looks towards you, Varys. See, holding out an eye tentacle you see in space, tearing a fabric, seems to be a book with a large central eye, tattered flesh, and rune covered in deep speech. Slowly begins to parse it over to you, moving with its eye, kind of mage handing it and almost telekinesis towards you as it sets it down.
My tome. It will have the spells you seek for your service. It was fun, chosen ones, but this will need to be destroyed. Perhaps I will find you later. In time.
Thank you for all your help.
To High Rock, then.
To High Rock.
Yes. Sounds
Why
good.
not?
I'll look over at Varys and mime some finger snapping.
What do you mean?
Do your trick, man.
So,
Everybody
Balrugar, there's
stinks.
no,
I
replacement
can't
theory with
teleport.
this,
What do you,
right?
do you want me to rewind time?
No, you're
Don't let his dirty magic touch me. Don't let his dirty magic touch me.
Oh, right. You're right, Lucar. Boom, you're clean.
Beauregard, is there like a replacement theory with this? Like, can I drop out and give my stone to someone else, or like, is this like?
Tegan has no more fucks to give, man.
Looks towards you. What do you mean?
I mean, I don't want to fucking die.
You will not die, chosen one.
I'll look at Tegan and just be like, after all this, after everything we've seen, you think you should just be done?
I'm not
just-
some fucking guy from a different plane, or powerful wizard, or guy that disappears in the dark, or guy that fucking prays to the moon, or a giant dragon with a giant dragon sword. I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a fucking guy.
Yeah, and you're important because you keep us grounded. No, I mean, you have one of the strongest moral compasses here.
You also
mean-
seem rather hard to digest.
What is a
Where
moral
you-
compass?
Matt, I'm
Fuck
just gonna.
you, Maldor. Fuck you.
Can I use my chrono shift to rewind the time so he doesn't say that?
Tegan. See Balrugar coming towards you. Bearer of the White Stone. Some fucking resolve.
Honestly, I respect that. But fuck you, Maldor.
You are chosen for a reason. Prophecy does not come lightly even to my kind. Your destiny has been foretold. Will you die soon? Will you die later? Does not know. As my kind would tell you, we are part of a cycle. What was created for magic will return. So too will you, in whatever cycle you are a part of. This death is merely the beginning to an end. Now shall I take you home?
Yes.
That's
Unless
good.
anyone has anything else to say.
Can we clarify? We're not going home. We're going to High Rock.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to High Rock.
This place called High Rock. And
Could you take us to our homes? I'd be on board with that.
Slowly turns. Looks towards you, stares. That is your choice. Then out of character, that'll be the end of your character in this campaign.
I was more just curious if he had that capability.
So Tegan could go home then.
I do have this capability. Out of character, if you wish to reroll your characters in this present moment, now is the time.
I may visit you again one day. I would very much like to go home when this is all over.
You will not find me. The Slayer will not be here on your departure.
You have
I
that
can
ability.
find anybody.
Too bad we could use that death eye, baby.
Is that ability in this tome
Looks
to
towards
bring
you.
him home?
Smiles. Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. The item that I provide you is known as the Tome of the Beholder. It's a black and leather-bound tome with an eye monster eye symbol at its center with accents of silver bezel and ruby gems, all of which are covered in deep speech runes. With this book, you have a 50% chance. Above 50%, rolls a percentile die, you will find the spell with which you are looking. Below 50%, you will not. It's simple as that.
Oh, just anytime I want to spell.
Anytime you look for a spell, you will roll percentile die. Above 50%, you will find it. Below 50%, you will not.
Jesus.
God
That's
damn.
fucking bad.
Aren't you glad we almost fed Thanos to the worm?
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Can we find a way to, nullify poison moving forward? That would be fantastic.
I mean, it would have been really cool if you'd been invisible when that thing popped up, right? Like, that would have been useful.
It's not fun.
If only somebody has been using light,
I have to be able to see, okay?
We need a dark vision job on some people's eyes. We need to find that spell.
Yeah, I will.
Like a permanent version.
I have not sat for this long to hear you all bicker.
No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry.
Let's go.
Sorry for that. Let's go home.
Good. That's good. gather now.
3,000 years old. What's another 5 minutes?
See, as
I
there's
mean,
a tear,
any minute could be his last.
a tear within the actual fabric as you're being sent through and teleported. As you see Balrugar in the background, as you kind of pass through the cracks and tear of fabric reality, slow greenish aura emanates from the crack of black. As you're kind of brought through, sucked, if you will, like a black hole. You hear the slightly sound of Balrugar as you depart.
See you later, chosen ones.
Cackles to themselves as we are brought back to
I feel like he's gonna try to kill us later.
It'll be fun.
So as the wind is howling, you are roughly 20 minutes away on the north side of High Rock. You see as the prospector, the dwarf, lays upon the snow, currently just laid out in a fetal position, holding themselves, slowly moving back and forth. In the cold wind, cold, frigid, solid, crying to themselves. Roughly 30 feet away from you all. In the midst of Resta's bodies, some of which are missing pieces of themselves. Others, there are no bodies. In total, you find 4 bodies. Some of them are missing body parts and other things. And other than that, there's nothing else. So in total, you find a total of 5 of these prospectors out of 7 bodies. Unsure, like 50% chance of what Balrugar had said. Maybe some of them just didn't make it.
I'm just gonna walk up to the dwarf and try to get him up on his feet and say, "Come on, man, you're gonna see your family again. Let's go."
How did you get here? How am I here?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's all over. You don't have to see them ever again.
Roll persuasion. Okay. Look, it's High Rock. My wife, my 5 children. Cold.
Go home, man. Go home.
Begins to walk back to the village.
He almost didn't save this guy with 5 children.
See, Tegan, this is why we keep you around.
Your moral compass for all of us.
Rolling over 20s on persuasion.
I actually physically can't not roll over a 20, just so everyone knows.
21, right? Yeah.
So,
I really
wanted
wanted to
the
use
tundra,
this tome.
north side of the village.
How many bodies you say were out here, or pieces of bodies?
4 bodies that comprise maybe just pieces of them, right? But you count 4. One of them is a skeleton, another one's half of a body, another one's missing a leg and an arm, that kind of thing.
Did we have to bring back the body parts?
Yes.
I was thinking maybe we just put a marker here so they can come get them later to bury them, rather than drag them into town like a macabre
Yes.
show.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is a good idea. We will let.
We don't
people
want to
know
get blamed
where they
for
are.
it either.
We
Yeah.
were
so
asked to
just take
retrieve
some-
the bodies. We retrieve bodies. We take them to Palu. Is that not what the deal was?
We
Yeah.
don't take. No, we're not dragging body parts through a village. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah, I'll take some of my random equipment, sticks and torches and stuff. Just build up some kind of a sign to mark the area so they can come look under the snow if they get blown over.
I mean, is it bodies or is it just skeletons?
Some of both, I think.
It's a mixture. Ugh.
It's a mixture.
Are there
Yeah.
wolves in this area?
Dwarfs.
Yeah, the shivering dwarf though, I'll toss him on. I'll toss him on some of my spare clothing.
Okay.
It won't do a whole lot, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I guess Palu said he'd be at the field house, or
I
what
think
was
he was
left.
staying
there?
at the tavern, and then he was going to maybe go to the manor, but I imagine he'll be at the tavern until they rebuild the field house.
Okay, then let's head to the tavern. So we can let them know.
Okay. So you're headed towards the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure we have tokens here.
How long of a walk is it?
It's roughly about 30 minutes to get to the tavern here.
So during that time, I want to check this interaction that this sword apparently has with my stone.
Okay.
Just kind of walking in the back away from everybody else.
Sure. Just kind of keeping your space.
Yeah.
You feel that there is an internal kind of light coming from the blade. You notice also a kind of an anger, if you will, like a rage that was developing upon swinging the weapon. It's difficult to see where that would lead, as combat was quite quick. And the interaction that you can feel just right now is not necessarily a negative reaction, but more that there is a connection that results in a repulsion.
A repulsion, like the sword has a repulsion from the stone? Or
Like-
something attached to it has like just a...
The best way to conceptualize this is if you had something that was made to defeat something else. You would have the fear of that something, right? So so it feels that you're getting that from this connection, that there's a fear here, and it's turning into rage from the blade itself.
Okay. Interesting.
When I open up this tome, is there any writing inside of it?
The writing itself, as you begin to read upon it, begins to turn to a language that you can understand as the words begin almost scrambling themselves into the actual languages as they fill numerous and numerous amounts of spells in all language of schools.
Okay. I gotta try this thing out.
Hell yeah. Wizard level up.
Yeah.
Eventually, you make it back to the tavern here. Activate that scene.
I need a drink.
Kind of dies down, overcast, falling snow. Crowd, right? So there's people that are inside of the town, kind of mulling and talking as you pass by the village. Eventually, you see the tavern in distance, getting onto the map here. Get to make way for it. So, Lucar, as you approach in, you see obviously the Captain Culion, Quartermaster Rubark, and crew drinking and enjoying themselves as it is kind of the lunch hour. Numerous people are in here, mainly travelers, people making way for the pass, potentially today. But right after they eat, kind of selling their wares that they had and making their way to get on out of here. Interestingly enough, you see Palo with a half elf or potentially a full elf. It's difficult to tell from this range, with kind of cloaks of furs and things that you're able to see that are accompanying them. They do have kind of a dirty blonde hair that's long, goes towards the shoulders and falls through. They're talking with Barlow as well as amongst themselves at the bar.
I'm gonna sit at the table we normally sit at and just yell over to Pelu. Pelu!
Before we
turns
walk
around
in,
to-
I'm gonna grab Tegan by the shoulder before we walk inside. After everybody else goes inside, and just quietly, I understand where you're coming from, but know that I have seen the places that people walk after death, and the only thing that was ever truly frightening was the thoughts and fears of those who died with despair or terror in their hearts. Walk forward with resolve, and you have nothing to fear. And he'll just walk inside.
Okay.
Tegan just looks up in the sky and goes, "What the fuck?" And he's just gonna walk inside.
Okay. So walking inside, you come into space here. So Pelu is kind of makes way to kind of talk with you all, sits down upon the table, as well as the individual that is accompanying them. This appearance of female seems to be a wood elf, potentially maybe a half elf with this kind of greenish hair, fair complexion, fierce features. They have upon them seems that they have a little bit of like hunting or trapping attire, like leather armor. There's some bracers on. They also have a quiver at the side. There's a bow that's underneath the actual pelts that they have of black and brown, bear potentially, with leather pants and trousers that brown and everything kind of matches with the black belt, and then boots that are studded as well as laced with kind of upright towards the just below the knee. These boots go quite high and tucked with the pants inside. And Halo immediately, I did not expect you all so soon. It's quite astonishing that you're here.
We took a shortcut.
Yeah, I was about to say we took a shortcut on the way back.
But unfortunately, out of all your prospectors, there was only one left to find alive.
Are you
We found her.
Are you certain? Are you certain?
Yes, we found the remains of the others.
Yeah, they were
Of all but one.
Yeah, they were eaten by these weird
Eaten?
giant like creatures. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Some of them partially digested.
Oh God! Don't say any more words. Oh, what am I supposed to tell the families? Who lived? What was the name?
Well,
Not sure, but he has
yourself,
5
we checked
kids.
over there.
We did
It
not
was-
get his name, but
It was a dwarvish man with blue eyes and brown hair.
I mean, he should have been with us.
He
No,
went back on his
Imagine he
own.
went home.
You sent them home. They were like, go home. So they just gotta walk back into the village to go home.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
word.
sent him back to his family.
Sounds like Timothy.
He looked like a
The rest-
Timothy.
The remains that we could recover, we left at a marked site about 20 minutes north of the village. We didn't want to drag body parts into the middle of town.
See. Well, I do hope that everyone is all right. And, well, if everyone's not all right. Oh my goodness. What has my mining company come to? People dying, my field house being ruined. So many things. Oh, so many things. Begins to nestle into the nook of you, Varys, and cuddles into you. Oh, please, Varys, hold me. Hold me.
You know
I
what?
believe this valley
You're
is
grieving.
cursed.
I'll give him a side hug and put my arm around him.
Nice. So, this individual sitting next to you, Palu, has not yet seen anything, drinking off of a kind of wooden clay mug of some ale, just slowly sipping it and staring at you all. Oh, I will have to make some coin for the families. Compensation. That'd be good.
Palu, would you like to introduce us to your friend?
Oh, yes, this, her name is Kalan. She is to be accompanying the caravan, leading it anyways, and we were just talking logistics over a meal. It's over there at the bar. We're just eating, and of course I can't exactly eat. The field house has been destroyed. And we were just talking about you all and what you've all accomplished and what you've all done, and Kalan is looking forward to it, aren't you, Kalan? Slowly sips. Yes, it should be good. Right.
Hey,
Well,
some,
Kalan is not exactly one to talk. I'm sorry. Don't need to. I think Kalan, would you stay? Maybe you could talk more. I have to go find the families and tell them the news. He begins to run away.
So,
Hello,
Go
Kalan.
on.
It's nice
What-
to meet you.
what is it you genuinely do?
First date speed dating questions.
Do you want kids? I'm sorry. That was out of character.
Horrible.
That was out of character. Mutes, Mike.
That's
Yep.
in character for a bard, let's be honest.
I have done some scouting for the company. I would be called a ranger if there was a term. I mainly trap and hunt. I don't usually work in the mine. Mainly tend to the animals and explore the wilderness.
Not that I'll be happy not to see Palu again, but I am ready to get the fuck out of this valley.
Oh, where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself. I am Varys Willow, second son of House Willow, and this is our group. We are the ill-fated.
That is what you're calling yourself? Ill-fated?
Yeah, we haven't had too much luck, so we thought it was appropriate.
Out of character, is this a unanimous group decision here? Ill-fated?
I don't hate
I'm
it.
down.
I don't hate it.
I really liked
Don't
it.
hate
That's
it.
why I said it.
I mean, as long if we can't use absolutely fucking morons on YouTube, I think.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
I like
Yeah.
it.
But I liked it a
Okay.
lot.
All right, ill-fated it is. We've been coined. If you're watching the stream, ill-fated! I get to work changing things.
Ooh.
Well,
Sweet.
drinks slowly. We leave tomorrow in the morning. Get on out of here.
Do you usually lead the caravans out?
No.
That's interesting. Why did Pelu ask you to do it this time?
Pelus picks our names out of a hat. Quite literally.
Well, the good news is there shouldn't be any disappearances of caravaneers on this trip.
We did solve some of the normal problems. We may bring unnormal problems, though.
No promises.
I've been meaning to talk with you. You've been gone. I have tracked some of these disappearances. I believe these creatures, these are the ones that Pelu has spoken to me about. They are the ones responsible for killing these people and taking supplies.
The Juragarya.
Yes,
The Pale Dwarfs.
you would leave heavy footprints in the snow.
Some of us are heavy.
They have a cavern, an entrance into the underground. Frosthorn Pass. I've been meaning to talk to you about it, but of course you've been busy and, well, perhaps it doesn't even matter now.
We struck a bargain with them. Their ruler gave us his word that they would leave the town and the caravans unmolested. Now, if they failed to keep that word, having another entrance into their space could be useful, because I do mean to see that they keep their word.
Well, let's hope they keep it. We have no issues.
Maybe we should carry some explosives on this caravan in case we need to close said cavern.
Explosives. You know what would happen if you set off an explosive? Tight corridor of a pass, snowfalls and avalanches, trees toppling down on you. Caravan wagons that could not turn around, led by herds of mountain goats.
It's a good thing you're coming then to stop us.
See, this is why you're here.
Just have to put it on a long timer.
Drinks, anyone?
Absolutely.
Plural, yes.
I'll go find Barlow. Let's go to the bar.
As we're just sitting here, can I look around the tavern and see if there's any eyes watching us particularly closely?
Roll perception. Captain Keelion staring at you, mouthing the words, "You fuckers." Squinting the eyeballs. Clearly he's heard the news of what happened at the field house.
Tegan's gonna make eye contact with him, and he's gonna fucking throw him the bird.
Throws the bird up to you. Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Squids.
I don't know. Get a room.
Well, we haven't been arrested yet. There's that.
Just drink.
So, just to test out the tome, can I look into the tome and see if I can find the spell Dispel Magic?
Go ahead and click it.
Where's that?
In your inventory.
Inventory?
You should see it in there. And you can click it.
I don't have the.
Oh,
Maybe
it's there. Here, it's equipped now. It'll pop up in your hotbar.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, when I equipped that sword, it popped up under a new menu called Magic Items at the very beginning.
Heck.
There we go.
It's not there.
It's not there. Okay.
1d100. Damn.
50-50 shot.
Mhm.
I could have done a 1d2, but it's better when it's a percent.
It's
Yeah,
way
it gives
more
more
fun.
variation.
And I can
So-
just try. I can try to do this as many times as I want.
Yes, but
Or once I try to
once
do
you
a
look
spell.
for once you
Okay.
look for a spell, you cannot look for it again.
Okay.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
What happens when he finds it? Like he learns it?
He just finds it and he can learn it using his normal wizardy things.
It's basically just a shortcut for learning spells.
It's just an open-ended spell book for what might be in, what might not be in.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's really what a cool item that I made. I thought it might be neat.
It reduces the need to constantly search for new spells. Or
So-
Spend
libraries
the
and
night
stuff
with
like that.
Palu
To
tonight.
play Go Fish with Palu.
There's like a. All right. I don't know, man. I kind of want to do it again. I don't want to just take up all of everyone's time just trying this.
Lon then comes back, lays down metal steins filled with Barlow Special.
Okay.
Slowly continues to sip on their cup. Barlow insisted that you all drink this.
I'm gonna check my cup for poison.
How would you even do
Roll
that?
medicine, I guess.
Why would
I just
Barley
downed the whole
insist
thing. Am I
on
dead
it?
yet?
It's Barlow Special. It's the drink of the house.
Yeah.
Barlow's looking
It's
at you very
amazing.
cheery up at the bar counter.
Listen, the way she said that was real sus.
Everything she says sounds sus.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Whatever. Remember, Balrugar said we're not gonna die, so
Oh yeah, we're just leaving it up. To
not too
nothing.
worried about it, right?
Yeah.
Raises the cup. Well, good fortune, and for safe travels through the pass.
Cheers.
Good hunting.
Drinks it, sets it down, stands up. Are there any more questions you have?
Hmm.
In her scouting, has she seen any signs of the war near
What?
to where we'll be
war?
going? Answers the question.
Most of my time in the Frosthorn, in the mountains or the valley.
Other than the cavern with the dwarves, have you seen any other weird things around here?
Dragons.
There is sometimes a dragon. Hunts within the valley on rare occasions.
White.
Indeed.
Okay.
Is this something that concerns you?
Well, it is the one that flattened the field house.
Yep. Did Palu not tell you about that?
He did.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
It was-
removing its head if we figure out that barrier situation.
You believe the caravan will be attacked by this dragon?
I went past them.
I don't have any reason to think so, but why would it come into the town?
He seemed afraid of us when the last we saw him, but he could renew his resolve, perhaps.
So on this entrance into the dwarves' territory, how far along the pass is it?
So when you reach a steady elevation, no incline or decline, they have a small switchback trail that leads to the road. It's about 30 to 40 minutes to the encampment that they have on a small lake. Bypassing that, the cavern lies just north. Another 20 minutes.
Thank you. I very much appreciate the information.
I don't have anything else to ask, so if you would like to excuse yourself.
These conversations do make me uncomfortable. Just walks out of the tavern.
I think she likes us.
I mean, she's not trying to kill us. That we
That
know
is
of.
the bar these
That was
days.
a nice.
Alright, guys, listen. Was that crazy or fucking what?
I can't
Everything,
even
yeah.
comprehend the level of power that Balrugar had.
Starting to think this is normal for you guys.
So far.
No.
No, that
Well,
was not
past-
normal. That was
past a
not
week-
normal.
Yeah, past a week ago, this is all very out of the normal. It's
Is
only
there-
past a week.
Is there a world where we go back down and take that stone from the prince?
Maybe at some
Probably-
point, but I doubt
Probably
we would.
not
was-
right
He
now.
was in
I
the
thought we would-
center of a very heavily fortified fortress.
Yeah, I doubt we would survive the attempt if we wanted to.
You'd have better luck bartering for it.
Out of character, maybe if we level up a little bit, I could teleport us back here. Yeah, maybe we should grow our skills before we take on something like that.
We also risk if the bargain holds, we have safeguarded this town. If we break it ourselves, we are inviting the town to be overrun.
I think more of what he meant by that is that we wipe them out.
We have knowing how many of them there are, or if they have family elsewhere.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't trust them to keep their word.
I
Guess
have
we
no
find
reason
out
to
tomorrow.
doubt 'em.
They seemed honorable in their own way.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just because they gagged me.
They gagged
You
him,
do
now
have a
he
right.
wants to commit genocide.
I really don't like that.
I
You're
don't
the guy
blame
that
them.
killed me.
You know, read my mind. You know, that's one thing. But gagging a man, come on.
From
I can't
gagged
do
to
anything. I
genocidal.
can't do anything if my hands are tied up anyway.
So,
I know I just got
So-
done saying that I want to avoid confrontation, and it just. If we are committing to this, and this is our destiny, I feel like I need to get that stone.
For all we know, there might be others out there. So, and like I said, our ability to grab that specific one, if we wanted to, seems low.
I mean, as we are now, for sure. I don't see us being able to just go in there and do as we wish.
Alright.
So, before we get into any further roleplay, I think it's a good time to pause the session before we get into any sort of future conversation. At least something to pick up on, right? Getting it fresh with our minds, right? Because we're going on the caravan, looks like the next day, and getting this information that there's possibly another entrance into the area that you have previously been begins to kind of ramble and what to do about that. You do have this arrangement. You do have this exchange of information there. That there will not bother you, that they will not stop you, they will not attack you. So this is there, but maybe perhaps there's a reason to go in, right? Maybe there is beyond making this arrangement. So who knows? Some of you feel maybe more compelled than others. we will go ahead and end and conclude. I've calculated some experience for you all while you're having your conversation. So I'm going to calculate out to 1,940 experience each. That should put you at 11,443 experience total. This is for obviously the heavy combat that we have through the creatures. Role play with Balroggar, giving the information. And then in addition to that, going through some of the accelerated combat with Balroggar was just kind of killing things. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and close out the stream. We appreciate you all watching, and thanks so much, and we will see you again. And look forward to it. So, ill-fated, everyone.
Ill-fated.
Ill-fated.
Flipped.
I
Bye.
love that name.
I kind of sort of hate